The clock is striking 2 and I am wide awake, thinking of the choices that I didn't make. The sky begins to rumble with a heavy sound, vibrating the floorboards and vibrating the ground. The first drops hit the roof with a sudden crash, followed by a brilliant and a blinding flash. The storm is tearing through the quiet neighborhood, breaking all the branches of the heavy wood. I'm listening to the midnight rain fall down on me, a violent little wave from a violent sea. The thunder is a mirror of my breaking heart, tearing all the silence in the room apart. I pull the covers tightly and I close my eyes, drowning in the water of the stormy skies. The lightning shows the shadows dancing on the wall, a terrifying vision of the heavy fall. I whisper to the tempest to wash you away and leave me with a clean and an empty slate today. Listening to the midnight rain fall down on me, a violent little wave from a violent sea. The thunder is a mirror of my breaking heart, tearing all the silence in the room apart. I pull the covers tightly and I close my eyes, drowning in the water of the stormy skies. The rain is a reminder that the world can weep, a comfort when my sorrow is so incredibly deep. I let the weather cry the tears I cannot shed and lie completely still inside this lonely bed. Thunder rolls, broken souls washed in the dark. I feel the silver chain resting on my skin, a heavy little anchor for the state I'm in. The metal is so cold against my collarbone, a physical reminder that I am alone. I trace the little etching of the floral vine to carry around the memory of your loving touch. Now it's just a hollow piece of silver weight, a devastating symbol of my lonely fate. I stare into the empty oval in the frame where I used to whisper your beloved name. The silver is tarnishing, turning to a gray, just like the hope that you took away. I'm wearing an empty locket by my broken heart, a tiny little vault that has been torn apart. I took your picture out because it hurt too much to carry around the memory of your loving touch. Now it's just a hollow piece of silver weight, a devastating symbol of my lonely fate. I'll close the little door and let it rest on me, a prisoner of love who doesn't want to flee. I'll wear the heavy sorrow like a silver prize and hide the devastation in my tired eyes. Empty inside, nowhere to hide. Silver and cold. I pulled the heavy blackout curtains all the way, refusing to acknowledge it's another day. The sun is an offensive and a bitter glare that highlights the reality that you aren't there. The four blank walls are pressing in on every side. There is no place for any of my pain to hide. I took down the mirrors and the framed artwork to live inside the quiet and the heavy murk. I'm trapped inside a room without a view today, keeping all the beauty of the world at bay. I don't wanna see the sky or see the grass. I just wanna let the lonely hours pass. I'm building my own prison of the deep regret, because the outside world is something I must forget. The darkness is a blanket that is soft and thick, making me exhausted and making me sick. I don't need a window to a happy street when I am so accustomed first departing ride, looking for a place where my spirit could hide. I sit by the window and I watch the city fade, a kingdom of the sorrow that we falsely made. The metal wheels are screaming on the iron rail, a physical depiction of my failing tale. The scenery is a blur of the green and gray, taking me further and further away. I'm riding on a train to nowhere tonight, escaping from the ghost of the dying light. I don't have a map and I don't have a plan, just running as far and as fast as I can. I'm leaving the ruins of the love we lost, trying to outrun the devastating cost. The conductor punches holes in my paper square. I hand it to him with an empty, vacant stare. I'm a passenger of grief on a moving track, and I know in my soul I am never coming back. Devastating cost. Maybe at the end of the very final line, I'll find a little place that is finally mine. But for now the motion is the only thing I feel, a temporary fix for a wound that won't heal. Moving fast, fading past, nowhere to go. Heard you're doing fine and going out again, while I am sitting drowning in the freezing rain. You found somebody new to take the empty space, while I am still obsessed with looking at your face. They say that it takes two to break a love in half, but you walked away with a smile and with a laugh. You didn't take your share of all the heavy pain. You left it all for me to carry in the rain. I'm carrying the burden of a whole goodbye, while you don't even have a single tear to cry. I'm feeling all the sorrow for the both of us, turning all my beautiful silver to dust. It isn't really fair to hold the entire weight of this devastating and this lonely fate. You walk around the city feeling incredibly free, without a single thought about the ghost of me. I'm paralyzed by memories that you erased, leaving all the sweetness with a bitter taste. I'm carrying the burden of a whole goodbye, while you don't even have a single tear to cry. I'm feeling all the sorrow for the both of us, turning all my beautiful silver to dust. It isn't really fair to hold the entire weight of this devastating and this lonely fate. I wish I could transfer half the ache to you, so you could finally feel the terrifying blue. But you're immune to all the damage that you caused. Oh, my entire existence is permanently paused, bearing it all, taking the fall, heavy heart. The cardboard squares are stacked against the living wall, a monument to everything that had to fall. We moved into this place to start a brand new life, but we only brought the anger and the heavy strife. You taped them up and carried them across the floor. Then you took your single suitcase right out of the door. The packing tape is peeling on the heavy seams, holding all the ruins of my fragile dreams. I'm staring at the unpacked boxes in the hall, waiting for a lover who will never call. There's no point in putting anything away when I am and entirely alone. I see kitchen written in a marker pen, a painful little trigger of the way back when. The dishes are still wrapped in all the paper sheets, a silent little echo of my own defeats. Entirely ruined and entirely alone. I'll leave them in the corner, gathering the dust, a physical equivalent of broken trust. I'm living out of suitcases and plastic bags, wearing all my sorrow like a set of rags, taped shut, pain in my gut, never unpacking. Check the metal mailbox at the end of the drive, just checking if my heavy heart is still alive. There is no envelope and there is no letter, nothing in the world that's gonna make me better. I walk back to the house and open up a drawer where I keep the paper memories from long before. You sent me little notes from every town you passed, before the heavy shadows of the distance cast. I'm reading the faded postcards of a dying love, with a heavy sky of gray waiting up above. The stamps are all canceled and the ink is pale, a quiet illustration of a failing tale. I'm tracing out the handwriting teardrops fall from my eye. I'll put the cardboard squares into a burning fire and watch the flames consume my absolute desire. There is no use in keeping what is already gone. I have to find a way to face the bitter dawn. Burning paper, smoke and vapor, lost in the mail. I slide off the sofa and I hit the ground. I don't have the energy to make a sound. I'm lying on my back upon the wooden floor, staring at the ceiling like I have before. The planks are incredibly freezing to the touch. I didn't think a body could ever hurt this much. The oak is unforgiving and it holds my weight, a silent, solid partner in my lonely fate. I'm lying on the cold hardwood tonight, surrendering completely to the loss of light. The gravity is pulling me into the earth, questioning my sanity, questioning my worth. I'm pressing my cheek against the freezing pine, wishing that your body was still next to mine. I trace the wooden grain with a shaky thumb, waiting for the quiet and the peace to come. The house is settling down around my broken form, a million miles away from any kind of home. I'm lying on the cold hardwood tonight, surrendering completely to the loss of light. The gravity is pulling me into the earth, questioning my sanity, questioning my worth. I'm pressing my cheek against the freezing pine, wishing that your body was still next to mine. They say you have to hit the absolute rock bottom to finally forget the memories, to unguard them. I'll stay down on the floor until the tears are dry and stare completely blankly at the ceiling sky. Freezing wood, misunderstood, can't get up you're doing fine and going out again, while I am sitting drowning in the freezing rain. You found somebody new to take the empty space, while I am still obsessed with looking at your face. They say that it takes two to break a love in half, but you walked away with a smile and with a laugh. You didn't take your share of all the heavy pain. You left it all for me to carry in the rain. I'm carrying the burden of a whole goodbye, while you don't even have a single tear to cry. I'm feeling all the sorrow for the both of us, turning all my beautiful silver to dust. It isn't really fair to hold the entire weight of this devastating and this lonely fate. You walk around the city feeling incredibly free, without a single thought about the ghost of me. I'm paralyzed by memories that you erased, leaving all the sweetness with a bitter taste. I'm carrying the burden of a whole goodbye, while you don't even have a single tear to cry. I'm feeling all the sorrow for the both of us, turning all my beautiful silver to dust. It isn't really fair to hold the entire weight of this devastating and this lonely fate. I wish I could transfer half the ache to you, so you could finally feel the terrifying blue. But you're immune to all the damage that you caused, while my entire existence is permanently paused. Bearing it all, taking the fall, heavy heart. I check the metal mailbox at the end of the drive, just checking if my heavy heart is still alive. There is no envelope and there is no letter, nothing in the world that's going to make me better. I walk back to the house and open up a drawer where I keep the paper memories from long before. You sent me little notes distance cast. I'm reading the faded postcards of a dying love, with a heavy sky of gray waiting up above. The stamps are all cancelled and the ink is pale, a quiet illustration of a failing tale. I'm tracing out the handwriting of your goodbye, and letting all the teardrops fall from my eye. You wrote about the mountains and the ocean breeze, while bringing my spirit to its trembling knees. The pictures of the cities look so bright and clear, while I am fading out and disappearing here. Teardrops fall from my eye. I'll put the cardboard squares into a burning fire, and watch the flames consume my absolute desire. There is no use in keeping what is already gone. I have to find a way to face the bitter dawn. Burning paper, smoke and vapor, lost in the mail. The evening rain is drumming on the window pane, a steady little rhythm for my steady pain. I'm sitting in the armchair in the quiet room, watching how the streetlights cut across the gloom. I look at the reflection in the freezing pain, a transparent woman slowly going insane. The glass shows my face, but it also shows the street, a merging of the sorrow and the cold concrete. I'm watching the shadows on the glass tonight, a fragile little picture in the fading light. The raindrops are rolling down the phantom cheek, crying all the tears that I can no longer speak. touch the image in the frame, but it's just freezing glass that doesn't know my name. I pull my fingers back and wrap them around my chest and settle in the darkness for a lack of rest. Fading reflection, lost connection, washed in the rain. The evening rain is drumming on the window pane, a steady little rhythm for my steady pain. I'm sitting in the armchair in the quiet room, watching how the streetlights cut across the gloom. I look at the reflection in the freezing pane, a transparent woman slowly going insane. The glass shows my face, but it also shows the street, a merging of the sorrow and the cold concrete. I'm watching the shadows on the glass tonight, a fragile little picture in the fading light. The raindrops are rolling down the phantom cheek, crying all the tears that I can no longer speak. I'm a ghost in the window, fading in the blue, looking for a world that still belongs to you. A car drives by and the headlights wash me out, a temporary blinding of the heavy doubt. The room returns to black and the glass goes dark, extinguishing the very last remaining I'm watching the shadows on the glass tonight, a fragile little picture in the fading light. The raindrops are rolling down the phantom cheek, crying all the tears that I can no longer speak. I'm a ghost in the window, fading in the blue, looking for a world that still belongs to you. I reach my hand to touch the image in the frame, but it's just freezing glass that doesn't know my name. I pull my fingers back and wrap them around my chest and settle in the darkness for a lack of rest. Fading reflection, lost connection, washed in the rain. around. I don't have the energy to make a sound. I'm lying on my back upon the wooden floor, staring at the ceiling like I have before. The planks are incredibly freezing to the touch. I didn't think a body could ever hurt this much. The oak is unforgiving and it holds my weight, a silent, solid partner in my lonely fate. I'm lying on the cold, hardwood tonight, surrendering completely to the loss of light. The gravity is pulling me into the earth, questioning my sanity, questioning my worth. I'm pressing my cheek against the freezing pine, wishing that your body was still next to mine. I trace the wooden grain with a shaky thumb, waiting for the quiet and the peace to come. The house is settling down around my broken form, a million miles away from any kind of warmth. I'm lying on the cold, hardwood tonight, surrendering completely to the loss of light. The gravity is pulling me into the earth, questioning my sanity, questioning my worth. I'm pressing my cheek against the freezing pine, wishing that your body was still next to mine. They say you have to hit the absolute rock bottom to finally forget the memories, to ungot them. I'll stay down on the floor until the tears are dry, and stare completely blankly at the ceiling sky. Freezing wood, misunderstood, can't get up. I pulled the heavy blackout curtains all the way, refusing to acknowledge it's another day. The sun is inoffensive and a bitter glare that highlights the reality that you aren't there. The four blank walls are pressing in on every side. There is no place for any of my pain to hide. I took down the mirrors and the framed artwork to live inside the quiet and the heavy murk. trapped inside a room without a view today, keeping all the beauty of the world at bay. I don't wanna see the sky or see the grass. I just wanna let the lonely hours pass. I'm building my own prison of the deep regret, because the outside world is something I must forget. The darkness is a blanket that is soft and thick, making me exhausted and making me sick. I don't need a window to a happy street when I am so accustomed to my own defeat. Because the outside world is something I must forget. Maybe one day I'll crack the door an inch or two and let a little sliver of the daylight through. But for now, the absolute black is what I need to cover up the places where my spirit bleeds. No light, endless night, closing my eyes. I feel the silver chain resting on my skin, a heavy little anchor for the state I'm in. The metal is so cold against my collarbone, a physical reminder that I am alone. I trace the little etching of the floral vine, a piece of jewelry from when you were still mine. I press the tiny clasp and it opens wide, but there is only absolute despair inside. I'm wearing an empty locket by my broken heart, a tiny little bolt that has been torn apart. I took your picture out because it hurt too much to carry around the memory of your loving touch. Now it's just a hollow piece of silver weight, a devastating symbol of my lonely fate. hope that you took away. Devastating symbol of my lonely fate. I'll close the little door and let it rest on me, a prisoner of love who doesn't wanna flee. I wear the heavy sorrow like a silver price and hide the devastation empty inside, nowhere to hide. Silver and cold. The clock is striking 2 and I am wide awake, thinking of the choices that I didn't make. The sky begins to rumble with a heavy sound, vibrating the floorboards and vibrating the ground. The first drops hit the roof with a sudden crash, followed by a brilliant and a blinding flash. The storm is tearing through the quiet neighborhood, breaking all the branches of the heavy wood. I'm listening to the midnight rain fall down on me, a violent little wave from a violent sea. The thunder is a mirror of my breaking heart, tearing all the silence in the room apart. I the stormy skies. The rain is a reminder that the world can weep, a comfort when my sorrow is so incredibly deep. I'll let the weather cry the tears I cannot shed, and lie completely still inside this lonely bed. Thunder rolls, broken souls washed in the dark. I bought a ticket for the first departing ride, looking for a place where my spirit could hide. I sit by the window and I watch the city fade, a kingdom of the sorrow that we falsely made. The metal wheels are screaming on the iron rail, a physical depiction of my failing tale. The scenery's a blur of the green and gray, taking me further and further away. I'm riding on a train to nowhere tonight, escaping from the ghost of the dying light. I don't have a map and I don't have a plan, just running as far and as fast as I can. I'm leaving the ruins of the love we lost, trying to outrun the devastating cost. The conductor punches holes in my paper square. I hand it to him with an empty, vacant stare. I'm a passenger of grief on a moving track, and I know in my soul I am never coming back. I'm riding on a train to nowhere tonight, escaping from the ghost of the dying light. I don't have a map and I don't have a plan, just running as far and as fast as I can. I'm leaving the ruins of the love we lost, trying to outrun the devastating cost. Maybe at the end of the very final line, I'll find a little place that is finally mine. But for now, the motion is the only thing I feel, a temporary fix for a wound that won't heal. Moving fast, fading past, nowhere to go. Cardboard squares are stacked against the living wall, a monument to everything that had to fall. We moved into this place to start a brand new life, but we only brought the anger and the heavy strife. You taped them up and carried them across the floor. Then you took your single suitcase right out of the door. The packing tape is peeling on the heavy seams, holding all the ruins of my fragile dreams. I'm staring at the unpacked boxes in the hall, waiting for a lover who will never call. There's no point in putting anything away when I am only living for the yesterday. I'm surrounded by the baggage of a broken home, left entirely ruined and entirely alone. I see kitchen written in a marker pen, a painful little trigger of the way back when. The dishes are still wrapped in all the paper sheets, a silent little echo of my own defeats. I'll leave them in the corner, gathering the dust, a physical equivalent of broken trust. I'm living out of suitcases and plastic bags, wearing all my sorrow like a set of rags, taped shut, pain in my gut, never unpacking. Pull the bottom drawer open in the dark, searching for the remnants of a dying spark. There is a velvet box hidden in the back, a heavy piece of gold on a track of black. bought it on a Tuesday when the world was fine. You promised that your future was forever mine. I open up the lid and I see it shine, a beautiful illusion crossing over the line. It's an unworn ring sitting in the night, a circle of a promise that has lost its light. I slip it on my finger, but it feels so cold. A tragedy of silver and a tragedy of gold. I'm crying for the wedding that will never be, a devastating ending for the ghost of me. I take it off my hand and put it in the case, hiding the reflection of my tear-stained face. The velvet snaps shut with a hollow sound, burying my hope deep inside the ground. Devastating ending for the ghost of me. Maybe I should sell it to a stranger's hand and buy a one-way ticket to a distant land. But I'm a foolish keeper of the things we lost, paying every penny of the heavy cost. Closing the box, turning the locks, left in the dark. Pull the bottom drawer open in the dark, searching for the remnants of a dying spark. There is a velvet box hidden in the back, a heavy piece of gold on a track of black. You bought it on a Tuesday when the world was fine. You promised that your future was forever mine. I open up the lid and I see it shine, a beautiful illusion crossing over the line. It's an unworn ring sitting in the night, devastating ending for the ghost of me. I take it off my hand and put it in the case, hiding the reflection of my tear-stained face. The velvet snapshot with a hollow sound, burying my hope deep inside the ground. It's an unworn ring sitting in the night, a circle of a promise that has lost its light. I slip it on my finger, but it feels so cold. A tragedy of silver and a tragedy of gold. I'm crying for the devastating ending for the ghost of me. Maybe I should sell it to a stranger's hand and buy a one-way ticket to a distant land. But I'm a foolish keeper of the things we the heavy cost, closing the box, turning the locks, left in